Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another video today. We're going to be doing something a little bit different, alright? We're going to be recapping UFC 304, and then I'm also going to be giving fights that I would like to see. Now, when I say fights that I would like to see, these aren't fights that are most likely to come to fruition soon. These are fights that I want to see right now, today, based off of these performances or based off of beef that we will see later, or even right now, based off beef that some of these guys have with each other, okay? So without further ado, let's get right into it. So I did break down the Muhammad Mokaev and Manel Kape fight. I thought this fight was going to be a banger. If you want me to be honest, I thought this fight was going to be a banger. I was definitely wrong, okay? I was definitely wrong. Damn, dude, for the amount of beef that these guys had, this shit was boring as fuck. And I think I read somewhere after the fight that Manel Kape broke his toe in the first round. But, dude, I mean, these guys were about to fight at the press conference, at the weigh-ins, and before the fight even started. All that just to get in there and to dance for 3 rounds? I mean, and it makes me so mad because Manel Kape can really beat anybody he wants. He just chooses not to. Like, he had Muhammad Mokaev up against the fence, hit him with a 1-2. Like, that was like the only time he did that whole fight. Muhammad Mokaev shot instantly for a takedown after taking that 1-2. And it just doesn't make any sense to me. Like, Manel Kape can literally be champion if he wanted to. He just chooses not to. He just chooses not to. But anyway, Muhammad Mokaev got cut from the UFC, so I'm not going to be, matching him up with anybody in the UFC because that's obviously not going to happen. But I want to see Manel Kape versus Kai Kara-France already. I don't know how these two haven't been booked to fight yet. Maybe they're on the collision course soon because I know Kai Kara-France is fighting Steve Erceg at, I want to say 305, UFC 305 in August. So I hope Manel Kape, if his toe really is broken, take some time off, heal the broken toe. If he's got to get surgery, whatever. That should put Kai and Manel on the same collision course. So eventually, hopefully, they can fight early next year, like January, February. But Kai Kara-France and Manel Kape is a fight that we need to see. Two insanely entertaining strikers. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen. I do have autism. But anyway, two insanely entertaining strikers. They hate each other. They actually hate each other, right? They actually hate each other. But anyway, let's just get right on to the next one. So opening the main card, Arnold Allen and Giga Chikadze. Now, I have a bit of a weird one for Arnold Allen, but I'll talk about the fight first. This fight was actually, not bad. Like, Giga didn't look bad for the layoff that he had. And I like Giga Chikadze, right? He has a very entertaining style, just a kickboxer. And this fight seemed like he was almost kickboxing off the back foot. But honestly, this fight was a lot closer than I thought. I thought that Arnold Allen was going to just put this pressure on him and Giga was just going to, fold. He was going to melt. He was going to bend. He was going to break, right? Folded like a lawn chair, like a wallet. Not to think Arnold was going to knock him out. I just thought it was going to be like 30-27. I'm pretty sure I said 30-27 in my prediction video. But see, Arnold Allen's in a weird place too because he's ranked number 6. He was ranked number 6 when he fought Giga. Obviously, he should move up. But, I mean, everybody in the top 5 featherweight right now, I think, beats Arnold Allen. I mean, he's not going to beat Ilya. He's not beating Max. He's not beating Yair. I mean, maybe Brian Ortega, but I can just see Ortega just taking him down and submitting him. But Ortega's planning on moving up soon, so I want to see Arnold Allen fight Lerone Murphy. Now, I know they're both English guys, so it's probably not going to happen. I'm pretty sure they're both from England or Britain or wherever the fuck. I don't know. They're both really technical. They don't really have that insane knockout power, but they have cardio. They have great cardio. I think Lerone Murphy just fought Edson Barboza, 5-round main event, and he was low-key like dog walking Edson Barboza for 5 rounds. He definitely started to look tired at the end of the 4th, going into the 5th, but a lot of guys don't even make it that far in those 5-round fights, especially against Edson Barboza. I mean, he's just made of granite. But And Lerone Murphy he low-key got knocked out in that fight in the first round by that up kick, but I don't think anybody saw it. And Arnold Allen got knocked down in the last, 10 seconds of the Max Holloway fight, got right back up. So obviously these guys have great recovery, great cardio. This is a great stylistic matchup. So yeah, that's the fight I want to see. Obviously it's probably not going to happen just because of the England. Yeah, England right there. English guys. Anyway, Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez. I'm going to be honest, guys. I didn't really watch this fight. Okay? I was about 13 beers deep at the lake. So, you know, Christian Leroy Duncan and Gregory Rodriguez wasn't exactly on the top of my bucket list. Gregory Rodriguez won. I saw that it was bloody towards the end. And Gregory Rodriguez, dude, he's got some fucking power in his hands. Even though I'm pretty sure he was the one that got cut open. I don't know. From the videos that I saw on Instagram, I'm pretty sure Gregory Rodriguez was the one that got cut open. I want to see Gregory Rodriguez fight Joe Pyfer. Now, ever since Joe Pyfer lost to Jack Hermanson, his stock definitely went down. So I don't see this fight as impossible. I don't see it as improbable. Both insanely hard hitters. The only thing that I would be worried about is Joe Pyfer leaning on his grappling to kind of save him against Gregory Rodriguez. But I think the boxing exchanges in this fight would be literal dynamite, right? Anybody can go out at any time. This Joe Pyfer and RoboCop are the definition of anybody can go out at any time. We saw what Joe Pyfer did his last fight. Stone. Turned that guy into stone. I forgot what his name is. Was it Mark Barriute, I think is who he fought. Turned him into stone in, 40 seconds? I mean, and Gregory Rodriguez, he's either knocked out or knocking people out, right? Except for this fight. Dude, honestly, I watched the first round and I don't really remember anything from it. That's how deep I was. I was definitely in too deep, but Gregory Rodriguez and Joe Pyfer is the fight to make, I think, at middleweight. And I think if Joe Pyfer wins that fight, you might as well give him give him a ranking, right? So, next, King Green and Paddy Pimblett. Okay. This fight was low-key, this fight caught me the fuck off guard. Because Paddy Pimblett I did not see that happening, if you want me to be honest. Bobby Green was out for a solid 3 to 4 minutes, right? Paddy Pimblett was getting checked out by the doctors, and he was still out. And my thing is, Bobby Green, why the fuck would you shoot for that takedown? I mean, unless I missed something, I didn't see Paddy rocked him or anything. I don't know why he would shoot for that takedown. That just doesn't make any sense to me. But man, damn, because I really think Bobby Green was going to piece him up on the feet, to be honest. It kind of looked like it was trending in that direction. I know the fight was only a minute. But usually you could tell by, octagon control. And just how loose somebody is, just based on how nervous they are, right? And I mean, Bobby King Green's been doing this for years and years and years. He's fought the best of the best. Poirier, Islam. I mean, he's fought some fucking good ass guys, right? So I don't think he was nervous to fight Paddy Pimblett. But damn, dude, Paddy just put his ass out and broke his arm. I don't think he broke his arm, but he looked like he was about to. And Paddy's kind of in a weird place because if you want me to be honest, I really see him losing to anyone in the top 10 in lightweight. So my thing is my nightmare matchup for Paddy is Jalen Turner, a long, lanky striker, because we all know Paddy keeps his head in the air, right? And Jalen Turner has some long-ass hooks. He's got some long-ass hooks and long-ass straight punches. So, I mean, I can see literally one exchange, and I think Paddy would get knocked out. I mean, Jalen Turner, he killed Bobby Green. So if Jalen Turner can just lock in, if we're being honest, he should have beat Moicano. And I know this isn't a shoulda, woulda, coulda sport. Moicano came back and finished him. But he should have beat Moicano at 300. But I don't want to see Paddy Pimblett fight Jalen Turner. I think he would get knocked out. I want to see Paddy Pimblett fight Renato Moicano. I think this would be a great fight because they obviously don't like each other. Both of these guys really don't like each other. But also, Moicano's definitely a grappler. Paddy's definitely a grappler. Their stand-up isn't as polished as their grappling, so I think the scrambles would be fun. I mean, obviously, the stand-up would probably be fun, I'm assuming, just because when you put two wrestlers together, that's usually how it turns out. Even though I was wrong about that in the main event. I was wrong about that prediction. Because that fight was boring as fuck. But, yeah, Paddy and Moicano, that's the fight that I want to see right now. Just because, Paddy Pimblett, right? Moicano was funny as fuck. I'd pick Moicano to win. He's a big ass lightweight, right? And Paddy is definitely he's got a good frame to him, but I mean Moicano is huge for lightweight, right? He fought Jalen Turner, who's also pretty big for lightweight, and they look the same size almost, damn near. But yeah, Paddy Pimblett, Jalen Turner. Paddy Pimblett's obviously going to get a ranking after that. Next up, my thing is obviously we know Tom Aspinall is great. Probably the most, not even probably, the most complete heavyweight on the roster right now. The most complete heavyweight since Daniel Cormier. And I would even say that he's better than Daniel Cormier. No, not all time. Not all time. Okay? Because obviously when I say Daniel Cormier, I mean heavyweight Daniel Cormier in his stint, right? Obviously he knocked out Stipe Miocic, which is great. That was a fantastic win on his resume. What I'm trying to say is if Tom Aspinall and Daniel Cormier were to fight, I would pick Tom Aspinall, right? I mean, they both have grappling. They both have hands. It's just Tom moves like a welterweight, and he's got a black belt in jiu-jitsu, right? So I don't really, now that I'm thinking about it, is it really crazy that I say that Tom Aspinall is a more complete fighter than Daniel Cormier? I feel like it's only crazy to say that because his heavyweight career hasn't played out yet. I think when it's all said and done, Tom Aspinall will have a better heavyweight resume than Daniel Cormier, and I don't feel like that's crazy to say. I feel like Tom Aspinall has a chance to be the heavyweight GOAT, but I'm going to be doing a video about that soon, so don't worry, guys. I got you covered. But yeah, Tom Aspinall, he just made Curtis Blades look like easy work, and I know Curtis Blades doesn't have the best chin, and that's not a good thing to have in heavyweight, but Tom Aspinall is good, right? Like, who do you even put him up against next? He's cleaned out the entire top five except for Gane. I mean, Gane would be a fun fight for Aspinall, but I mean, at this point, we got to start talking about legacy with Aspinall, right? We know that he's obviously one of the most, if not the most talented fighter in the UFC right now. He's the interim champion, okay? Make him fight John Jones, okay? I get it. John Jones, he wants the legacy fights. He's going to ride off into the sunset after the Stipe fight. It's BS. It's absolute BS. As a champion, there should be a new rule in the UFC. If I was Dana White, you have 6 months to defend your title before you're stripped. Okay? Barring an injury, okay? And I know John Jones got injured. He got injured last December. Okay? Or was it might have been November. He might have got injured in November, now that I think about it. That is way too long. He's holding the heavyweight division hostage. We have a genuine, legitimate GOAT potential talent on our hands. And when we look back at Tom Aspinall's resume when he retires, if all of his title defenses are interim titles, that's gonna fuck up his legacy more than anything. Dana White needs to realize that this guy can make serious money for the company, right? He's a serious draw in England, and he's becoming a serious draw in America, all over the fan bases of the UFC. We got to stop riding John Jones. John Jones had his time, okay? Either make him fight Aspinall or make him retire and strip the belt. Honestly, if he wants to, he doesn't even have to retire. Just strip the belt, give it to Aspinall, and you can still make the Stipe and John Jones fight. Just make it a 5-round, just regular fight. Like, defending the title against a 40-year-old Stipe, at this point, 41, retired MMA fighter who is now a firefighter. I think it's going to do more harm to John Jones' legacy because we're all living through this moment. We're all going to look back at John Jones' resume and be like, oh, yeah, Stipe Miocic, that's a W. But he waited 2 years to fight him, held up the whole division, ducked the best contender. I think it's doing more harm than good for John Jones at this point. He should fight Tom Aspinall or retire. Plain and simple. That's my fight to make for Tom Aspinall is John Jones. Now on to the main event, Leon Edwards and Bilal Muhammad. First of all, I'm going to start by saying it is currently Tuesday after UFC 304 took place. And I'm opening Instagram, and dude, Leon Edwards is claiming he was tired, right? Claiming he had a back injury that stopped him from grappling. Claimed he was debating on pulling out of the fight. Let me just say, I understand the Leon fan base because Leon Edwards was the one that got me into the sport when he head kicked Kamaru Usman. That's the moment I became a hardcore fan. But guys, this dude should have never been champion in the first place, right? He should have never been champion. Ever. And I guess hindsight bias is, it's definitely, it's a thing, right? Looking back, this dude had a terrible title reign. They were boring fights. I mean, I get that he's defensively sound, but I should have seen it. In the first Kamaru fight, when he's getting pressured and it's not going his way, he wilts. He gives up. And that's exactly what he did against Bilal. And I'm just so happy Leon isn't champion anymore because this dude he pisses me off. He's boring. He waits, and I'll give it to him. Well, low-key, he won the belt in 2021, and he had 2 title defenses since then. It's 2024. Or did he win it in 2022? I swear it was 2021. He had 2 title defenses since then against a washed-up Colby and against a Kamaru coming off a brutal head kick knockout. Overrated title reign, waiting forever to defend the belt, ducking, like, why are you ducking Colby Covington? Why are you ducking Bilal Muhammad? So this fight made me so happy to see him get picked up and dumped on his head. I hate Leon Edwards so much. And he was talking about moving up, going for double champ. I am so happy that Bilal picked him up and dumped him on his head. Right? This shit made me so happy. And I was so close too. I predicted it at the beginning when I first started breaking down this fight. I even said, I could see Bilal doing it, right? I could see Bilal Muhammad, maybe getting this done. And then I was like, nah, Leon, round 2, round 3, KO, TKO. That was just stupid. But, I mean, Leon Edwards hasn't got a KO, TKO, regardless of the Usman fight, since when? Since his 3rd fight in the UFC? Since his UFC debut, maybe? I mean, this dude is just boring. He's an excuse machine. Like, this dude said he was tired, yet Muhammad Makayev, Arnold Allen, Paddy Pimblett, Tom Aspinall all got wins, and they were fighting 20. Tom Aspinall fought 20 minutes before this guy. Dude, like, Tom Aspinall literally stayed up 22 hours. He didn't sleep for 22 hours before he fought Curtis Blades, still went out there and knocked him out in the first round. So that's not I'm sorry, Leon. I get that fighting over there is bullshit. Like, it should have been regular time in the UK. But, dude, when you're fighting the top of the top, right? You're in the top of the division. You're the face of the division almost. You can't make excuses, dude. Unless it's like literally TJ Dillashaw-esque, where your arm is quite literally out of the socket, unusable. Obviously, that's an excuse. But I mean, dude, you got dunked on, buddy. You got dunked on, Leon. So I'm so happy to see that. Anyway, Bilal Muhammad put up a hell of a fight. Damn, dude. I mean, I should have saw this coming. Again, hindsight bias, I should have saw this coming. But Bilal's pressure that fight was insane. Not only did he out-grapple Leon Edwards, but he outboxed him too. And Leon is definitely defensively sound on the boxing side. Now, grappling, he definitely gave up a lot of positions that he probably shouldn't have. And you know what really pisses me off? In the last 30 seconds, like, he rolled over, got top position on Bilal, hit him with a nice elbow and cut him open. Where was that the entire fight? If he did that the entire fight, round 2, 3 KO, TKO. Just put pressure on him. Leon is so defensively sound and an elite kickboxer. He just doesn't have that dog in him. My fight next for the welterweight title, Bilal Muhammad and Shavkat Rakhmonov. I know Shavkat he beat Wonderboy. He had an injury in that fight. Take care of that injury. Fight Bilal next, please. Because I'm not going to lie, as much as I love that Bilal performance, the memes about him this entire fight build-up, forget the name, can't finish a fly, couldn't finish making a sandwich if he had all the ingredients in front of him. So, this dude is just going to be the second coming of Leon. So get Shavkat in there, please. 100% finish rate. Entertaining fighter. Will stand with anyone. Bilal is not as dangerous as Wonderboy. He's on the feet. He's not as dangerous as Jeff Neal on the feet. And I know Shavkat didn't really stand with Wonderboy on the feet. He had an injury. That'd be stupid to stand with him on the feet. Wonderboy's an elite striker. That'd be dumb to stand with him. He stood with Jeff Neal, got rocked, took Jeff Neal's hardest shots, and choked him out. Bulldog choked him out standing in the 3rd round. One of the craziest fights I've ever seen. Get Shavkat in there right now, right? Get Shavkat in there right now. That's what needs to happen, right? Bilal and Shavkat. That's the only fight to make right now. Welterweight. Put JDM against. Uh, Honestly, JDM against Leon Edwards. That's the fight I want to see next for Leon. I would say Leon versus Ian Gary, but when you think of snooze fest, that's the ultimate layup for, well, depending on how Leon comes back from this. But I mean, dude, he was fighting like this, before he even got the belt. So I don't think it's motivation or passion wise. I just think he just doesn't have that dog in him. I think Ian Gary would be. I think that is a great stylistic fight for Ian Gary. Great stylistic fight for Ian Gary. Ian Gary can pressure this man with his kickboxing, and I know Leon's defensively sound, but Kamaru was landing on him. Bilal was landing on him. I'm not even going to talk about Colby. Colby needs to retire. That's a great stylistic matchup for Ian Gary. Make Leon fight JDM. Put JDM in that title picture. A win against a former champion that beat Kamaru Usman, that is what this division needs. More young contenders that are genuinely entertaining. That is how you save the welterweight division. Shavkat and JDM are the first people that come to mind. Don't make them fight each other yet, when you could potentially set up a title fight that'll be even bigger, that'll sell more numbers, sell more pay-per-views, probably break the record for a highest gate. It doesn't make any sense right now. As much, as great as that fight would be, and as much as I want to see that, save it for when Shavkat wins the title. Because if Shavkat and Bilal fight, I'm picking Shavkat 10 times out of 10. I'm picking Shavkat 10 times out of 10. He's on that trajectory where he just goes up. Bilal is 36. Bilal is 36 with pillow hands. He's not knocking out Shavkat. Worst case scenario, he lays on top of him for 5 rounds. Shavkat has never fought in a 5-round fight. It still has a 100% finish rate in the UFC. Give him 2 extra rounds and see what happens, right? Anyway, guys, thank you for tuning in. I'm gonna be giving my UFC fight night Abu Dhabi, I believe it is, or it might be Dubai. I don't know. I'm gonna be giving my UFC fight night predictions this week as well. Probably dropping that Friday, but stay tuned. That's a great card, guys. I'm not gonna lie. We're getting blessed. 304 and Umar and Sandhagen back-to-back weeks is a blessing. But thank you, guys.